G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is Lucky. This is a unique 357 Magnum revolver, and before we get into killing some Deathclaws and probably dying, this is what it looks like in third person. We'll just bring the camera in nice and close so we can actually see this thing. So obviously it's engraved on the barrel, the ejection tube there. You can tell it's got the Lucky thing. It's actually got Lucky written in nice cursive letters. That's very fancy. And on the grip there you've got the clubs, like I think it's the House of Cards. I think that's what you'd call it. Anyways, we'll get stuck into these Deathclaws. We'll talk about what makes this thing better than the standard 357. So first of all, you've got a better damage output with this. It does a little bit more damage. You've also got a better fire rate, leading to better DPS. But most importantly, you've got the ability to crit 2.5 times. So the standard 357 Magnum doesn't have that crazy multiplier. Lucky does, so that's good. So with that, we'll be able to nail crits very, very often, which is good because we're going to need that extra damage because, as you can tell, this thing doesn't really hit hard at all. The 357 Magnum is not a very powerful round, as these Deathclaws are just tanking all of my shots there. This thing does have less spread than the standard 357 as well, so that makes it sort of usable. But as you can tell, if we're not getting the good crits on these Deathclaws, we're not going to be doing very well, and I don't really like these iron sights. One thing that is going for this weapon is obviously its fire rate. Now, despite being a single action revolver, having to pull the hammer back every time you bloody shoot the thing, as you can tell, the courier there just slams the fucking thing down. So you can actually fire this really damn quickly, which the sole survivor could learn from. And despite having the single reload at the time, where you have to actually eject the shell using that tube where it had Lucky written, yeah, you actually cycle through these rounds very quickly there. Maybe it's a lot easier than it sounds, and judging by the hand placement, you've got your fingers wrapped around that hot barrel too, so I guess the courier doesn't mess around. So we got through that first little bit of Deathclaws at a slow pace. This thing, I don't expect it to be great, simply because this thing requires guns of nothing to use, so obviously that's the game indicating to you that this is a very low level weapon. We've got a nice, you know, crit count, VATS shot count with this, because it uses very little AP, but unless we're getting these criticals, we're not doing too well. I think that was a critical, because he went to negative 160 health there on his health bar, so that worked. But yes, it's going to take a while to actually take out these Deathclaws, simply because we don't really have the damage output to do anything. But again, this thing's a shit tier weapon. It should only be used at the very early game where you can't get anything else. You probably, if you're going for a crit build on this game, you'd probably move on to that gun, getting that from Cliff Briscoe when you reach Novak. In fact, that's probably the best thing. You can even get the 5.56 rounds easier from that guy up the you know, the dude with the mustache and the sunglasses and the hat. He goes and tells you to kill ants, and he'll give you a service rifle and some 5.56s. There's your 5.56s right there. You can sell this thing, maybe trade it for even more 5.56s from Cliff Briscoe himself. And then you can piss this thing off pretty quickly, simply because it's not that great. If you were doing a cowboy build where you went specifically revolvers, and why would you mad bastard, there's much better options out there, then this is a nice little thing to have. Although saying that, that gun is also a revolver too. It's just got one of those weird sort of, it's like a futuristic revolver. Is it from Blade Runner? I can't remember. But yes, I wouldn't be touching that barrel too much. That'd be scorching hot at this point, wouldn't it? Never mind. Alright, we'll go in for some headshots here, and looks like with all of those shots we'll be able to take down that Deathclaw there, but with some lucky crits, I'm sure. Get it, lucky crits, but yes, I'm sure we'll be able to take them out in less shots than we actually need, and whilst we're popping a reload there, we'll go for the torso. Why not? Concentrated fire has good synergy with this, obviously, with all of these VAT shots. Here comes a bullet, down goes a Deathclaw with a nice critical strike. Okay, so when we're taking out Chad and Mummy and all of their friends, we're going to hope for all of the criticals in the world. We'll just slackle throw ammo, jacketed, flat point. What can that do? If the shield pops up, actually, I'm going to check this. Why shouldn't I? Oh, target damage threshold -3 and plus 25% damage. And better gun spread. Why wasn't I use this thing in the first place? Okay, looks like we can crank this up a few notches. And we'll do that by taking out this Deathclaw here. Ah, yes, a good sneak attack critical on him. Does pretty well. Okay, I think we found this thing's a little bit more powerful than expected. My apologies for not using this thing properly as I should have from the start, but now we get to see this thing in its glorious potential. Okay, we'll pop some shots on Mummy over there. That's a nice sneak attack critical, knackered most of her health. It'll be a 3-shot if we can get these things on target. I like how the reload takes long. The VATS actually goes into real time, so you don't have to wait. That's some good VAT stuff right there. I like that better than what you get in Fallout 4 where you have to watch the reload in slow motion. Okay, can we target the face? We definitely can. And with that, we're popping criticals and doing better damage. And you know what, maybe I was a little bit too hard on Lucky before. It's actually doing quite well. And considering that it is a shit tier revolver, yeah, it's actually doing quite well now. So yes, looks like my buffoonery has made this weapon bad. Maybe it's just a curse. I don't like revolvers like as a concept of a weapon. I think we should move on from them. But I guess in a Fallout game it really doesn't matter. But yeah, I feel like the mag-fed ones, I'd always go for one of those things over a revolver. But it looks like the curse of the revolvers and me not using them right has continued with Lucky. Maybe I've actually broken that curse by jucking these rounds in it because it seems to be working pretty good now. Ah yes, the interruptible reload. That's actually kind of neat too. That's nice. So if you want, you can reload a couple, and then you'll press the fire button, and then you'll stop reloading right there, and you'll begin to fire again, which is actually kind of good. There's no interruptible reloads or anything like that in Fallout 4, simply because I guess the engine didn't support it. That's why the lever action rifle always reloaded the fire despite how many is shot, which is a huge stupid thing. They should have you know, scripted something to actually make you reload the right amount of rounds, but in this game it's not really a problem. So we've attracted all the death claws in the world. We're just going to scamper up here for a little bit, and we'll go ahead, shoot you on the head maybe once, and then put the rest of the shots on you. Right, let's see how many criticals we can get with this. 1, 2. Back-to-back criticals are nice. So that's back-to-back-to-back criticals. That's working pretty good. I guess Lucky is quite... Wait, bugger off. Haha, taught you a lesson, didn't I? Righto, I think we can take it to him now. There's not a whole lot left at this point. In fact, there's only one fully grown Deathclaw at this point, so you can go down. In fact, you're being body blocked by your mate, but I killed the little young one first, so if I could get this thing reloaded, that would be nice. Well, this is going to be an awkward reload. Ow, he's tearing me up. Alright, you can die now. I don't know what's happening. There we go. I like how the courier doesn't ever pull faces when he or she shoots targets. It's just a nothing face and then fires 16 consecutive headshots. Yeah, that wouldn't be creepy to watch at all. Okay, looks like we've got one more left. Where is he? Is he buried in the rocks? I swear to God, if he's buried in the rocks, I'm going to be very unhappy. Nope, he's just standing there. Oi, come back here. I'm not done with you. I wanted to get a closer look at you. Haha, who's running now? He actually missed me. That's some good deathclawing, young one. Although we should have left him in the gene pool, so more incompetent deathclaws will come out of his bloodlines. But you know what? Maybe we want better deathclaws to test weapons against. But there you go. That was Lucky and Deathclaw Promontory. Something you can get very easily and, you know, very cheaply. It's not a very, you know, expensive weapon to run. But yes, you can do pretty well with this if you've got yourself set up right with Cowboy and all those Lucky crit enhancing perks. But yes, speaking of where to get this, I ought to show you that now, shouldn't I? Yes, I should. It's always weird. I've never actually noticed the two tubes on this. That is massively aesthetically displeasing. Oh well. Okay, so here we are in Prim in the Bison Steve Hotel. This is where you go to clear out all the convicts. You probably likely already know this location because it's pretty much on the road where New Vegas guides you around here to go on to here, then here, then here, then to get to New Vegas, and to shoot Benny in his smug, checkered suited face. So what you want to do is head in this sort of direction here, then into the gift shop, and then you'll find a safe on the ground, hard locked. If you've invested in lockpick or have some good old lockpicking magazines, and you can open this thing pretty easily. So I just gotta crack this open, and there's Lucky right there. I have used console commands to grab mine, or just a cheat mod to grab mine, so now I have got 2 lucky, so that means I'm doubly lucky. But there you go, that's how you get it. That's pretty much as simple as it gets, so we'll move on to something else, I guess. Maybe some softer targets. Okay, so we've got a couple of soft targets lined up out there, and they come in the form of legendary Night Stalkers, which are apparently marked as non-hostile. Well, not for long. These guys shouldn't be affected by animal friends, should they? They're abominations, so yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with these guys. We'll just quickly reload this one. There we go. And then we'll get stuck into them using some good old hollow point rounds. AI detection definitely is on, so there we go. Sneak attack crit on the Night Stalker. Now they'd be mad at us, right? Come on. Why these guys aren't attacking me? I'm not anyway for... Wait, they're running away now. That's interesting. Wait, come back here. Well, I was expecting more of a fight by Night Stalkers, but apparently this is the way we're going. I think I've just one-shotted both of those things. Okay, so that was kind of underwhelming, I guess. I guess we'll just face off a giant Robo-Scorpion. Except we'll do chems. Lots and lots of cool chems. Righto, got ourselves all buffed up here. Implant GRX. We've also got rushing water for faster attacking, and also threw in a true police stories 4 plus crit chance plus 10. Also some turbo 2. That stuff should all stack. So let's just fire this revolver like a Glock, shall we? That's quick. But we didn't get many crits there. We ought to get some more crits on this giant ass Robo-Scorpion. I saw one there at least. Alright, so I guess we take some cover there. Okay, we're doing a pretty good job at him so far. We're running out of the jacketed flat point rounds though, so that's a little bit worrying. We should have him dead before then though. He hasn't actually got in his attack yet. Oh, he's lining up for one. I'll just step behind this, take some rads, but that's fine. We can deal with that. And there we go. Atomic came in and made us sneak out of that rad zone quicker. That was nice. Righto, I think on that slow motion explosion-y note, I'm gonna leave things off there. So there you go, that was a lucky pistol, or lucky revolver. I should get my terminology right. And that's interesting, all the legs are in one place. New Vegas, are you feeling okay? Well, I've still got collision with bullets, and I definitely haven't got turn collision off on, so yeah, they're just gonna sit there for as long as they feel like it. That was lucky pistol, revolver, you know how to get it. It's a pretty decent weapon for a low tier thing. Good for starting for a critical build, so definitely grab that if you're thinking about doing that, which is exceptionally powerful in New Vegas, just like Fallout 4. So I definitely do recommend this if you like your revolvers. I don't like revolvers. I much prefer my mag-fed 10mm. Thank you, but yeah, it's got style to it, I guess. Thank you for watching, guys.